Hi everyone, welcome back to part 4 of VMware vSphere 9 full course. So in the previous parts we have successfully installed our ESXi 9, 3 servers of ESXi 9, and we have successfully deployed our vCenter server 9. Now in this part we are going to learn one of the most important tasks in VMware infrastructure, how to add a ESXi host to vCenter server step by step. So this is critical step because without adding ESXi host to vCenter, you cannot use the advanced features such as like vMotion, high availability, DRS, centralized management. So let's see this in practical and how to add ESXi host in vCenter server. So this is my infrastructure which I'm going to use in this demo. So I got my one Windows AD, a domain controller, and DNS server, basically Win2K 25 DC0, where I have a browser also, basically Microsoft Edge, from where I'm going to use and connect to all my ESXi host and vCenter server via web URL. And I got one vCenter server appliance deployed, which is in last video VCSA01 labsense.lan, and I got 3 ESXi host servers also deployed, which has IP address 51, 52, and 53. So these are the 3 ESXi hosts. We got one vCenter and one Windows AD server. So why we are going to use this setup? So this setup simulates the real enterprise data center where you have a multiple ESXi hosts are managed centrally, and Active Directory is integrated, and vCenter act as a control plane. So why to add ESXi host to vCenter? So this is one of the important thing to understand. So without vCenter, you are going to basically manage all your ESXi hosts separately. So there will be no centralized control, no automation, no advanced feature. With vCenter, you are going to have a centralized management, single dashboard for all ESXi hosts, and enables enterprise features. So features you can unlock by adding ESXi host is going to be a critical. So such as vMotion live migration, and high availability, which is also known as a HA. So DRS, which is a distributed resource scheduler, and distributed switch, and life cycle manager. So these are the some example which you can use. So now let me go ahead and show you the environment. So I have logged into my vCenter server, which is VCSA01. You can see here vCSA01.labsense.lan, and this is recently deployed in last video. We don't have anything yet added, so 0 clusters, 0 hosts, 0 VMs. And now let me show you my ESXi host. So ESXi01 labsense.lan. So this is my, one second, let me go here. So this is my first ESXi host. So if you want to manage now ESXi host, you can go here and manage your ESXi host individually from basically from their vSphere client. So let me show you second host. So this is going to be a second host, root, and I already have created the DNS record for each of my host, ESXi host. This is ESXi02, and last one is going to be a ESXi03. So let me show you this also. So before adding ESXi host to vCenter, you should check log in locally via vSphere client and vSphere host client, and you should see everything is good, and you should have a password for a root account. So this is good. I got access to all my 3 ESXi hosts. So these 3 hosts are ready to add in vCenter server. So let me go ahead and do that. So the very first thing what you should do here, so you should create a data center. So now I'll go ahead and create a data center first. So new data center. So from single vCenter server you can manage multiple data center. Let's say you have a 4 data center in one country, so you can call it like maybe LHO, maybe you can call it HO. HO means head office, and maybe you can call it the second data center, maybe LHO Mumbai, like this. So it's based on your requirement. You can create multiple data centers uh, in your vCenter server, and depending on that data center, you can add your ESXi host to respective data center. So let me go ahead and do that. So on HO, I'll go here and click add host, and then you can provide a name or IP address. So I'll use my FTDN basically. So I have created these records in my DNS. So I'll go ahead and add. So I'll show you also these DNS records. So if I go here in the DNS, and you can see here ESXi 01, 02 and 03, all records are created. So now I'll go ahead and add these machines here. Click next. Yes. So this is going to show you the host summary. So what are the vendor, what is the model. So let's say if this is Dell server, it will show you Dell or HP or Lenovo, anything. Then model number, you will see what specific model, let's say Dell 760, 780, whatever version model is there, it will show you. And then what is the ESXi version installed, and if that server host having virtual machine, you will see that virtual machine list also here. So I'll click next now. And this is very important, host lifecycle. Now the with the VMware vSphere 9, the uh, host lifecycle is going to be managed by library by image directly. So you can select an image from the image library, extract the image from the host of this vCenter instance, exact image of the host on the host, and create a new image. So these are the basically options. So I'll go ahead and select exact uh, basically image of the host. So I'll click next now. Now it will show you the image specification which we have. So this is the build number which we have currently installed on all these ESXi if you verify. So let me show you, log in and show you. So means this host is managed by that particular image. So this is the build number, or you can say image. So I'll click next now, and now this host will automatically have a license in evaluation mode. So if you have license, you should go ahead and assign the license also. So now I'll click next, and lockdown mode, I'll go ahead with disable option, and you can see the VMs also. So let's say I'll go ahead and if you have, you can go ahead and create a folder, otherwise it will put on root. So let me put on root. So now everything looks good. So VM location, data store, what data store this ESXi has. Now I'll go ahead and click on finish. So now you will see here task is going to run to add first it will create the standalone host in this LHO hyphen HO data center, and then it's going to extract the image, and post that it will add the basically show you the host. So same method, I'm going to add new host, next host, which is my ESXi2. So I'll go ahead and add my all the ESXi hosts. So root, and then password for my ESXi host root account, yes, and then click next, exact image, next, next, disable, then root folder, click next, and that's all. Now I'll go ahead and add my third last ESXi host basically. So here, click next, root, my password for root account, click next, Yes. Next. Extract the image of the host. We should be fine now. Click next, and finish. So adding host to ESXi host is a very simple task, but you need to make sure whatever step you are performing that is correct. So now you can see all my 3 ESXi hosts are getting added to my data center, which is LHO-HO. So it is going to take some time to get the host added. So I'll resume video once the hosts are added. So I'll show you. So you can see extract image is 65% done. So this is good. So now if you see ESXi01 is added, and it shows in disconnected mode for some time, and then it will be going to be show you as a connected. So because it's at 90% approx, so now you can see second host extract image is happening at 65%. Now you can see ESXi host 01 is available, and we got our vCenter server appliance also here inside the virtual machine. So this is good. Now if I go here and type percent to see what are the tasks pending and what is the percentage, so you can see these are the tasks which is pending now. So it should add other ESXi host soon. So now if I click on ESXi01, you should be able to see the ESXi version, model, CPU, logical processor, NIC, virtual machine, status, and uptime. And this is what you will see in capacity and uses. So this is good. Give us some time, it will get other hosts added too. Yes, extract image and import image is running. ESXi02, now we can see here in disconnected mode it done 80%. So soon it will show you properly here. Now you can see host 3 is also visible, so this is good. Now if I go and click on LHO, you will see the total capacity. We got 3 hosts, 1 virtual machine, 1 network, and 3 data stores. And also you will see overall compute capacity and users here. So we got now approx 64 gig of memory capacity here. So let me refresh this. So you can see approx 96 gig of capacity, and CPU you can see here, and this is the capacity of the storage. So now let me show you host and cluster. So you should be able to see 3 nodes host basically, and if I go in VMs, you should be able to see our 1 virtual machine which we have deployed, vCenter server, and you can see the data stores also. So this is very critical. You should always rename your data store, local data store correctly. So let me go ahead and do that. So if this data store, I'll click on this data store. First let's verify this is assigned to which host. So this is host number 3. So I'll put the local data store name. So ESXi 03 underscore local. Okay, so now these can be identified. So now I'll rename this one. So ESXi -02 underscore local. So basically after adding your ESXi host, you should always validate a few things in vCenter server. So first you should verify at the summary level. You should have all 3 hosts added here, and you should see the capacity is added under the capacity and usage. Also you should come in host and cluster. You should verify your hosts are visible here, VMs are showing, and data stores are correctly renamed, and you are able to see all the data stores inside the data store. And networking side, if you have multiple network, you should be able to see multiple network. But as of now, since these machines are recently deployed, we don't have anything special configured on network. We have only VM network, which is connected with 3 hosts and 1 virtual machine, and this is the vCenter server. So this is all about in this video. So we have added 3 ESXi hosts to our vCenter server. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos. And if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me my given email IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.